the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Sunday evening, race fans. Good to be back on the air on a Sunday. Midwest Dirt Racing Series. UMP Modifieds tonight. Lernerville. Change in the schedule. They were scheduled to be at Eldora. Troubles with the track, and they have moved over here to Lernerville. 20 drivers have checked in for tonight's action. Nobody out on the track at the moment. Everybody in the drivers' meeting. Round number 2 of the season. Last week was off because of the July 4th holiday. We were last on air last Wednesday night to round out the Sprints for Freedom 2-night event for the Dirt Slingers. Good to be back. Have Dirt Slingers on again tomorrow night. Hopefully Dominic Santino will have his technical issues fixed and he'll be back on the mic with you. But it is getting close to time for opening ceremonies. Drivers being instructed about tonight's event. With 20 cars here, it looks like everybody's going to make the feature, so there will be no elimination races. We will have a B main just for starting positions in the last few rows, but beyond that, everything will be the same as it always is. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Jeremiah saying hi in the chat. Don't be afraid to do so yourself. But it's time for us to head trackside. Tonight's opening ceremonies. When we come back, be ready for heat races.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Big thank you to the Foleys once again. We are back just in time for heat races. Our first of 3 gridding out at the end of pit road. On the pole, the 81 of Jarrett Tannehill. Shane Yates, the 11 car, will start to his outside. Your second row on the inside. Quickest into the practice session tonight, the 21 of Garrett Boyd. And on his outside, his teammate in the 13 car, that's Cody Kelly. Sean Judson will start the 19 car on the inside of the third row next to Reed Rundle in the 43, and Cole Duggar. Consistent podium finisher in the series. It doesn't matter what the mod. He's in the black and purple number 11 car, and he will start position number 7 for this heat. So, cars all lined up. Pace truck. Roll them out onto the speedway. They'll get ready to go green. Looks like one or two of them didn't make it. Looks like Jarrett Tannehill did not make the call for heats. So that will move that inside row up. That will put Boyd on the pole next to Yates. We'll move Judson up next to Cody Kelly. And that's going to put Cole Duggar and Reed Rundle in that back row back there. Box. All right. Everybody just about ready to go. Lights are back off on the pace truck. I know we're going green out of 4. 8 cars on the invert tonight. So we're going to look to see who finishes second in heat number 2. Oh, that might not even be right. Green flag, and we're underway. Lernerville for the Midwest Dirt Racing UMP Modifieds. And Garrett Boyd quick to the front, but Yates has a good run coming out of 2. He's going to get the door shut on him on the top side. He'll have to slide into second. Here comes Duggar. Duggar's on the bottom. He's already trying to move up 2 spots. On the inside door of Cody Kelly right there as he stays in the middle. Kelly goes to the top. Judson's right in front of them. Judson in third. Oh, Boyd having problems. Boyd went off the top of the track down in 3, had to get it back up underneath him. He's going to go from hero to 0, and that'll put Shane Yates out front with Judson second. Duggar got around Kelly. He's up to third. Kelly drives it out of the top of turns 3 and 4. He gets back on right in front of his teammates. So the BGI drivers having some problems getting those cars to stick down the corners. There goes Shane Yates. He flies it out. So turns 3 and 4 looking pretty dangerous tonight, as 3 cars in consecutive laps have left the racing surface down here. That is going to move Duggar from starting inside the third row all the way to the front of this one. Still 5 laps to go. Judson, Rundle, second and third. Yates got back on track, kept fourth. Then Boyd and Kelly battling side by side. Tannehill never made it out to the track, so watching Duggar. He is going in on the bottom, out on the top. He is being very cautious to tiptoe that car around in 1 and 2. And in 3 and 4, he is just right up there at the top of that little slick line. And bringing that car right off the top. A lot of speed. Stretching it out. 1.6 seconds right now. Coming around. It's going to be 2 to go. We'll go back here and watch Judson and Rundle go at it side by side. Yates is right back in this. He is going to pull alongside Judson there. One of the 3 drivers that drifted off the track, and now Garrett Boyd right back in there. So 4 cars vying for one of the 3 transfer spots. It looks like Duggar's got the win wrapped up completely. All right, now Judson trying to hang on to that final transfer spot. There goes Yates again. It's going to be Rundle second, Judson third, then Boyd, Kelly, and Yates. So shaking things up, and when you leave the racing surface, that is not cool. And you're going to end up with problems. And that is kind of what happened here. So let's get ready for heat number 2. On the pole, the 17 car of Dean Burnt. To his outside, the 9 of Colby Cooper. Chris Albee will start the 13 car on the inside of row number 2, next to Craig Burlew in the 26. Then it's the 69 of Scott Bittinger inside of row number 3, and on his outside, Andrew Humphreys in the 31. And then Buddy Ware will start that number 17 machine shotgun in heat 2. Good look at Burlew's car as he rolled by. Here comes Ware. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget, like, share, follow over on any of the Facebook pages. Come to the Dirt Racing Network page for sure. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Okay, green this time. Out of 4, 10 more laps.
Green flag,
Burnt
green flag.
next to Cooper. Green flag in the air already. Burnt did not get a good start. Colby Cooper off the outside. It looks like he's going to grab the lead. Burlew out of turn number 2 as that car got tight down in the center. Looks like it fell off the bars a little bit. There goes another one. That's the 13 machine of Albee. He went up top, lost a back end, and we're going to have a caution. I think Albee got sideways. I'm pretty sure Chris Albee got sideways here when he came back on the track, and Burlew was coming at him, so caution was required for this one. There goes the right rear over the top. He does a pretty good job of keeping the car in there, and he gets sideways. Oh, yeah, he hit the front up against the fence. Yep, that'll bring a caution out every time. So going to keep it out there with the front end missing. But our first caution this evening. Still looks like we've got 8 to go. I thought that was the end of lap number 1, so maybe they'll put a lap back on the board for us here. Or maybe the leader had already crossed and they counted the lap, counted it as a second lap. Looks like that's what's going to happen here. But Cooper, Burnt, Budinger, Humphrey, Ware, and Burlew, as it looks like Alvey has taken that 13 car to the work area. Why that keeps going away? Weird. All right, lights off on the pace truck. They'll line them up 2 by 2 one more time. All right, pace truck. Off the top of turn 3. Green flag back in the air.
Green flag.
Good start for Cooper once again. Bidinger got the 69 car around the 17. He'll pick up second. Burnt back to third. Or actually, that's Buddy Ware in that 17 car. Excuse me. Burnt all the way back in fifth. Ware trying to run the very top at both ends. A couple of guys have had trouble already this evening down here. About 4 cars. There goes another one. The 31 car of Humphrey almost got the right rear over. He gives up a spot, keeps it on the track. But Humphrey struggling, especially the second half of the corner. In and up to it. Does not cross it this time, but he still gives up a spot to Burlew as Burlew got around move. Humphrey all the way back to 6. Bidinger and Colby going at it side by side. Coming around, going to be 4 to go. Bidinger couldn't quite slide it, but he got it to bite Colby by about a quarter car that time. So the 9 of Colby Cooper up on top, trying to hang on to the lead. This time Bidinger gets a good drive in, pushes Cooper to the top of the track. He's got the lead that time. Cooper tried to drive back by on the high side, got squeezed into the fence. And now Bidinger completely clear. He'll grab the lead solely to himself. 2 to go this time around. Good run out of 4. He pulls right back alongside. He may get the lead back. Great race right here for the lead. Coming around, we're going to see the white flag this time out of turn number 4. Cooper takes it first, half a car now. Slider line for the 9 car. Bidinger got a good run. Can he get down here and throw the slider in 3 and 4? He's going to come up the hill. Cooper drives by on the top side. I think Cooper won it. Cooper by 1/1000th of a second over Bidinger. Ware was third, then Burnt, Humphrey, Burlew, and Alvey. So we will get ready for our third and final heat. They're going to line them up like this. Colby Collins, the 031, will start on the pole position. Next to him, the 77 of Gary Budzine. That's going to be Brad Branham in the 01 on the inside of row number 2. Next to Tony Ichkowski in the 10. The 74 of Peter Brees inside row number 3. And Mike Lemanchik will start on his outside. And it doesn't look like Lemanchik made the call for this, so... So only 5 in the final heat race, scheduled to be 6 cars. All right, green this time, and the green flag finally out. Looked like they waited forever to throw that thing. I don't know what the starter was looking for, but looks like he finally got it. And Collins grabs the lead over Budzine, then Brees, Ichkowski, and Branham. Everybody spread out. That start really spread these cars out quick in this heat. May not be a whole lot of action unless a Budzine can run down Collins pretty quick here. Take a peek back and see how close these guys are. Here's a battle for third. Ichkowski's working the bottom in the blue and white number 10. Brees trying to work on the top side. 74 just not finding that exit speed. So it is still Collins, almost a full second out in front. Ichkowski second, Brees is third. Or excuse me, Budzine is second. Ichkowski is third, Brees is fourth. Branham has already taken his car off the track. Don't know what happened to him. Still watching Collins, and Budzine is starting to really win. He's picked up 3/10 in the last lap or two here. These two far out in front of Ichkowski in third and Brees in fourth. Those two still having a lot of fun racing each other out there. Coming down to it, Collins is going to come out of turn number 4. White flag will be in hand. Maintaining about 7/10 of a second. He and Budzine have been 1-2 since this thing started. And that's going to do it. Collins wins it. Budzine, Brees, Ichkowski, Branham, Lemanchik. We're going to get ready to move on to the B main here. So 11 cars ready for that B main. It'll be Boyd and Burnt in row 1. Ichkowski and Kelly row 2. Humphrey and Branham row 3. Yates and Burlew row 4. Lemanchik and Tannehill row 5. And Alvey scheduled to start at the back. We'll roll them off now. All right, we have got 10 of our 11 scheduled cars out here ready to go. Only car not making the call, Mike Lemanchik. And I'm not sure where Lemanchik is at, but he didn't make the heat, nor is he making the B main tonight. Hey, Mr. Krieger. I see Mr. Christensen cheering for our 47 driver this evening. But to be main, waiting on the green flag, and another one of those very, very late shows of the green. Everybody kind of stacked up. I think this isn't going to get them very spread out, though. There's one cutting across. That was Dean Burnt.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And Burnt went high. And we're going to watch right here. We're going to watch the 26 car because he comes right back across his nose. I think Burlew kind of gets in here and goes. Oh, no, it was Ichkowski, and Burlew is going to end up clipping Humphreys, who gets caught up in it. But that was a whole lot of the 17 of Burnt going from the top to the bottom right there as these drivers barely get rolling. The pace truck had to go through the pits and make a quick loop around and get out, so everybody had to wait. And they'll line them right back up behind the pace truck and restart this thing. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Drivers will be at Lima Land tomorrow night. Usually pretty good show there. Those guys will really get out there and mix it up, and they know what they're doing with those wing cars. So tune in, say hi in the chat again. A little bit of information about tonight's race. Drivers lined up 2 by 2. Pace truck will drop off in turn number 3. We'll get back at it. Boyd and Ichkowski 1-2. Then Kelly and Branham, and the green flag back in the air. Branham did not get going. That is going to move him way back. He fell all the way back to the 7th spot off the top. Boyd and Kelly come out of turn 2, running first and second with Ichkowski in third, and here comes Yates. There goes Ichkowski out the top, and he has killed the wall down the pits.
Caution is out.
Ichkowski is the one who just absolutely died right there. That car destroyed now. He'll have to get that ready for the B main, but this B main not being friendly to drivers for sure right now. We've had 2 attempts at starts, and we have not made it all the way back to the starter stand. And caution, caution, so. A tough go of it for the guys in the B main. They all know they're going to transfer through, but the further forward you can finish, the closer to the front you get to start the feature. And the 3 cars running 1, 2, 3 were in the same heat race, and all 3 of them hopped off the track right over here in turns 3 and 4 and went from the front to the back. Or I have a feeling that all 3 of them would have already been locked into tonight's A main. So Tannehill didn't even make his heat. He's out here in the B main trying to get a good starting spot for the feature. But the light's off on the pace truck. That means we're going green out of turn number 4. All in the 21 driver's hands. He's on the throttle.
Green flag.
Through 1 and 2. Can we get a full lap in this time? Yates working the inside on Kelly. Down in 3 and 4. We get back to the starter stand without a caution for the first time in the B main. Boyd, Kelly, there goes Tannehill. Tannehill having a problem. Gets up to the top. Right rear started to fall over. He had to really get on the binders. And it cost him a couple of spots there. He falls behind Yates, behind Humphreys, and he's going to try to battle back here on the 31 of Humphrey. 13 car of Alvey, problems in his heat race. Hit the outside wall on the front stretch, knocked the nose off the car. He's back out here running 7th. Then Berloon, Burnt, Branham, no Lemanchik. We'll go back to Boyd out in front. Just a handful of car lengths in front of his teammate, Cody Kelly. Give old Fuzzy Wuzzy a little bit of air time here and show that 13 car. We only see him one night a week, so. Shane Yates, the 11, starting to reel in the 13. There's still 5 laps to go here. Boyd out in front. Sizable gap, several car lengths. It's about 0.6 of a second. And it's Kelly Yates, Humphrey, Tannehill. Not much has changed in the running order. I don't expect a lot to change in this running order. Track starting to work itself in. Here comes Yates. He's going to go to the bottom in 1 and 2. He gets alongside. Just too much momentum. The 13 car right back around him. Boyd off the top of turn 2 down the back stretch. Keeping the 21 car on the racing surface. This time he's going to get to the white flag in the B main first. Got Humphreys back here and forth. Possible battle shaping up for second. Boyd wins the B. Kelly's going to hang on for second. Then Yates, Humphrey, Tannehill, Alvey, Berlew, and Dean Burnt a good distance back. Burnt had enough trouble at the start of the B main. I think that car's probably got a little damage to it, so was not running probably as good as it could have. Guys are going to have a minute or two here in this warm-up session. So while we give them their warm-up time, we'll let you watch this. All right. Just letting the time kind of run down here. I think the driver's going to take the full amount of time, try to work the track, bring it to a 2-line racing surface. Again, do not forget, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tune right back in here. Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. Lima Land Bull Ring, High Banked Bull Ring on the schedule for those drivers. All right, warm-up session winding down. It is going to be time for tonight's feature. 18 cars. 19 possibly if we get Branham back on the track. I think Lemanchik had problems and he's not going to make it out tonight. We'll get ready to start gridding these drivers out. This is how they're going to line up. It's going to be Buddy Ware and Sean Judson up front. So a couple of faces we don't often see on the front row starting out in front tonight. Then Budzine and Bittinger in row 2. Rundle and Collins row 3. Cooper and Duggar row 4. Brees and Boyd in row 5. Kelly and Yates in row number 6. Humphreys and Tannehill row 7. Row 8, Chris Alvey and Craig Burlew. Then Dean Burnt and Brad Branham in row number 9. Ichkowski and Lemanchik scheduled for the back row. Pretty sure we'll see with Ichkowski. Not so confident that we are going to see Lemanchik. Ichkowski does roll out. Lemanchik does not. So, question asked, question answered. .30 laps the distance. Looks like the bottom got a little bit of work. It may be good here, at least for a little while. And the top starting to look a little bit thin to me, but we'll let these drivers rate your tires decide where that thin line is at. So 19 of them, 30 times around, green flag about to fall. Midwest Dirt Racing, UMP Modified, it's underway. Still side by side in 1 and 2. Ware with a slight advantage out of the bottom. And he'll grab the lead going into 3 and 4. Slides it all the way out. Judson thought about cutting it down, but Ware leads lap 1 with Judson and Bittinger second and third. Big gaggle behind that. Budzine's in it. Collins is in it. Rundle. Duggar. Oh, there goes Collins out the top of 3 and 4. Oh, Humphreys has a problem. Everybody's going to kind of keep them straight, but I think Humphreys got a lot of suspension damage on that right front. That car probably not going to drive very well. And now Collins having a problem as well, as he may have got a small piece of that. Green stays out. And watch these two, see if they can steer these cars coming out the corners. It looks like they all might be okay here. Ware, meanwhile, staying out in front. He's got 3/4 of a second. Car stopped on the backstretch. That was Branham's car. He went off the backside of the track. No caution for that. He's going to roll it down. I think Branham is actually going to head
All right, man. Caution is out.
for the
Caution is out.
pits. This time it says Colby Cooper may have had a problem here. We're going to watch the 9 car. He'll go by Branham's over the hill over there. Goes past Branham. Into the corner. Did not bite. Goes up the hill. Apparently it's going to register that he got close enough to stop right there before he came back on the track. So about 6 laps into this thing, and Ware has been able to hold on out front. Judson second, Bittinger third, Rundle is fourth, Duggar fifth, Boyd, Budzine, Yates, Kelly, and Tannehill. Top 10 right there. Looks like Humphrey and Branham, 2 cars off track. Branham actually back on track. Brought it back when the caution came out down there in 3 and 4. So Andrew Humphrey and Mike Lemanchik, the only 2 cars not on the racing surface right now. So we should get doled up right here. Ready to go back to green. Same front row we started with. Cooper after his off track back to 15th. Collins is right back there, and Brees as well. Branham a lap down. Going to be shown as about 18th here, but restart, and they tried to go 3 wide right at the onset. Ware went to the top side. He'll have the lead again. Bittinger now side by side. That's for third now as Judson gets back around him. Rundle, the car on the top side, the 43 machine, almost 3 wide. Contact. Now they're going to be 3 wide at 5th, and Boyd and Bittinger are going to be in this. So Bittinger in the 69 car right there. Gets a little contact here. Comes off the corner. Boyd's coming up the hill. Touches tires. And that puts Bittinger backwards. Nobody hits him. He'll be able to continue. So some bumps, some scrapes this evening for the UMP guys. Not much change in the top 10. It's Ware, Judson, Rundle, Duggar, Boyd, Yates, Tannehill, Budzine, Kelly, and Burnt as Bittinger, the only car to drop out of that top 10, and really the only car to do any kind of shaking up in there. Long ways to go, 22 laps, and anything can happen. A car very, very dependent on how hard you drive it with your right foot. So ready to go green. Ware on the throttle.
Green flag.
Up onto the front stretch. Oh, Dean Burnt clips the fence and almost at the end of the straightaway. Now he's going to go all the way up top. There goes Judson. Judson way off track. I think he's headed for the pits. In fact, that car flips over and goes into the pits. So they're going to stay green, but Sean Judson dropped the right sides off down the backstretch, and he paid. There is a hill down there right before you go into pit road, and he found it. And he launched that car. It's back on its wheels. He's out here, but he is severely, severely damaged. That spin going to bring the caution out. I think he was trying to get in the infield, and that car was so heavily damaged. This is afterwards. Probably should go back further, but he's already broken. You can see how the car's laying over on the right side. He gets down here in the grass, going to try to go through that gap. It wouldn't do it, and he slid up in the mud and on that wet grass right there, and that was just enough to trigger another caution. So. A cloud of dust, a yellow flag, and we'll slow the action. Not sure who's going to get the Scrub It Up Clean and Driver Award this race, but I think they only do that for the season. I don't think they do it on a nightly basis. But good to have a car wash on for your cleanest driver award for sure. So we'll wait. They should get the signal. I think everybody is lined up exactly where they're supposed to be. Ware, Duggar, Rundle, Boyd, Yates, the top 5. Tannehill, Kelly, Cooper, Budzine, and Collins. Collins, after starting about 5th or 6th this evening, dropping the car off down in 3 and 4 early, like lap 3 or 4. After lap 11, he has brought himself back inside the top 10. Bittinger, after his excursion, back up to 13th already. 4 cars not on the track. Well, 3 cars, 1 car a lap down. Judson's off the track. Humphreys and Lemanchik. Branham just a few laps down. But the restart. And Ware now going to have to contend with Duggar. Duggar all the way around the top side, tries to cut underneath. I think he's got enough to get there in 3 and 4. Might see a new leader for the first time tonight as we complete lap number 12. And it is Cole Duggar to the front. Here comes Garrett Boyd. Boyd working on his teammate. Slider that time. He'll get alongside. Not enough drive for Ware to go back past completely. And these two are going to stay side by side in 3 and 4. Now Ware has all the momentum. And he'll take the spot back. There's Rundle, Yates. Saw Tannehill's car right there. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. All pretty tight right here. 7th place, Colby Cooper. Right in the middle of this too. Kelly and Collins back there battling. Oh, there goes Tannehill. As I think he got a little piece of the 43. That car jumps the outside lip in turn 2, and he's going to roll it down the backstretch and bring it right back onto the track. Down here in 3 and 4, but he goes all the way back to 16. So now Duggar, almost 2 seconds. Make it 2 seconds going into turn number 3, ahead of the 21 of Garrett Boyd. And Buddy Ware side by side with Yates down 3 and 4. Yates going to set that back up, trying to do it again down here. He is all over the back end of the 17 of Buddy Ware. Just past halfway, 13 laps to go now. And Duggar trying to maintain. Slider from Yates. Ware gives him a shot in the back end. That slows Yates down. Yates loses a spot to Rundle, and then Ware
Caution is out. Caution
gets
is out.
in here. And he got a piece of Buddy Ware. Let's see what happened to where he got in, and I think Rundle just had too much speed, and he clipped him. Got it around. He's got that car was upside down, so 3 or 4 cars involved in that, and a bunch of them headed to the pits. Branham still on track and still scored as 1 lap down. 2 laps down, excuse me, 2 laps down. But Ware was at the front. He will move to the back now. As you're going to see, it's Duggar, Boyd, Cooper, Kelly, Collins, the top 5. So the only non-PGI driver in that is your leader, Cole Duggar. Bittinger, Yates, Brees, Budzine, Burt, Tannehill. It's Kowski, Albie, Burlew, and Ware. Ware 15th, the last running car on track. I am looking all over the place, and I am not seeing a 47 car, Mr. Christensen. Please, please give me that driver's name, because I'm just not seeing a 47 car. All right, pace truck's off green this time. 11 laps to go. Duggar got a good start, but here comes Boyd. And Boyd's going to go slider up to the top. He got Duggar to check, but he didn't have any drive on the exit. That's going to open things up for Cooper. These 5 cars banked on top of each other. Yates out of shape, gives up a spot. That lets Collins back in the top 5. Kelly tried to make a run down the backstretch. His teammate shut the door on him. Watch the front 2 right here.
All right, man.
And a 3 and 4 caution on the speedway. And this time it might be Branham that had a problem. That car blinked off the screen. Oh, he's backwards down here in 3 and 4. Not sure what happened to him. But he goes up to the top of the track. And the caution came out for that. So. That could be, Dino. That could be. I don't even remember who drove the 47. All right, we're going to get back to it. 8 laps remaining. Going to be single foul on the restart. Duggar, Boyd, Cooper, Kelly, and Collins are the top 5. Yates, Bittinger, Brees, Tannehill, and Burnt making up that top 10. Ready to go back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
Single foul through the top 4. All around the top. Collins was the first one to try the bottom. He goes back to the top in 3 and 4. Not sure if that's going to work out as Yates now has a run. Shane Yates trying to make a run to the front. Duggar. Couple of car links on Boyd, but Boyd not really giving him much breathing room. No comfort at all. All over him. One mistake out of that 11 machine, and I think the 21 will jump right on top of him. 5 to go this time by. Gap starting to widen now. Was a couple of car lengths. Now it's 0.7 of a second. Go back to third as Cooper's starting to reel in Boyd. 21 car. Looks like maybe he's struggling late in this one with some handling issues. Collins up to 4th. Kelly is 5th,
All right,
and
man,
Yates is
caution
there.
it out,
We
caution
have
it
an
out.
incident again. Maybe Chris Alvey. It may not be Chris Alvey. Yeah, it's going to be Alvey. Alvey goes off the top again. Already got damage back to the front of that. And that is what's going to bring out the caution. He'll come around and get back on the track, but the leaders were there. He's not going to go a lap down. So 6th caution of the evening. We're going to have 4 laps to go. Probably. Going to make it 3 to go. Officially. 3 to go. So just a little bit of time for drivers to try to make a move, see if somebody can bump Duggar off the top step of the podium this evening. Tall order. Kid wins a lot of races in this series, and it hasn't mattered what mod they've been in. So the lights off in the pace truck. Single file on the restart. Just 3 laps remaining. You're probably right. Probably right, Dino. All right, top 3 pretty tight here. I think Collins just giving them just a little bit of breathing room, see if they stack up. Maybe he'll take a shot at running down the inside past everybody. But Duggar laid out a 4, gets on the green flag. Perfect time right when it was falling. He jumped on the throttle. And he has got a pretty good gap, almost half a second already. 2 to go this time. Cooper, 3rd. Here comes Cody Kelly. Kelly around the top side takes 4th away from Collins. Collins back to 5th, and that's Yates on the inside. Still in 6th, but the white flag is going to be shown to your leader. Cole Duggar, can you navigate 4 more corners? Here comes Boyd down to the inside slider. Didn't get it there. That locks it up. It will be Cole Duggar's night if he can keep it on the train. He almost drove it off in 3 and 4, but he gets to the checks first. Boyd 2nd, and Cooper will come home in 3rd. So Boyd, maybe waited till 3 and 4. He might have been able to do something because Duggar just about missed it. I almost took that car off the top. So we'll wait. Give drivers a second to situate themselves, get ready to chat with us. And it didn't take nearly as long as I thought. Let's get Colby Cooper in here and talk to him. Colby, you there, buddy? Colby Cooper.
Top 3, actually. All you guys
Colby Cooper, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, Roger.
Okay, buddy. Got to give you a second. Maybe didn't give you enough time here. Man, 9 car looked pretty good all night long. Comes home with a 3rd. How was the feature this evening?
Car was pretty good. I got in an accident in turn 1. Oh, Peter got in there a little hot, turned me a little bit. Broke something in my right front, so I was battling the car all race long. But I'm happy with the 3rd place finish.
Yeah, looked like track kind of went almost one lane there. It was hard to find grip. Where was everybody trying to get passes at, and where were you finding the best grip at to offset what was going on with your car this evening?
You had her on the cushion tonight, man. It's kind of one lane up there. The only way to get around somebody is either throw a bomb or get lucky and hope they fall off the track. But I'm pretty pleased with how they went tonight.
Well, an awesome run, man. A 3rd place, nothing to scoff at. Couple weeks off, you'll come back again in these cars. Are you enjoying the UMP this season?
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite car on the sim, man.
All right, man, well, give us some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here tonight.
I thank my wife, my daughter, GB Designs, Grand Garage, Fifth Point Energy, Leon Motorsports, Walton Construction, and Beware Powerhouse.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Roger.
Colby Cooper finishes 3rd this evening. We're going to go talk to his teammate now. Get the driver of the 21 car in here. Garrett Boyd, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you ran at the front pretty much all night. Your heat race didn't go exactly as planned. What happened there?
Stepped on the pickle. You got to flirt. You got to flirt with the edge here to be fast, and especially when there's a little bit of tack. Most of the bottom is just no drive off, so you just got to put it up there and hope that it sticks every lap. And then sometimes you just go in, and either the car gets tight or you just blow the right rear over the top.
Well, white flag lap, you kind of go for the slider down in 1 and 2, and then Duggar has a mistake in 3 and 4. In hindsight, do you think if you wait, maybe you got a chance to get that win stolen away from him down there in 3 and 4?
Yeah, we probably could have cut down underneath him and had enough drive to get past him. I was just running behind him, and knowing I was a little bit faster than him was frustrating, and I just felt like that might have been the best time because he'd been pretty solid in 3 and 4 all night.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless. Second place this week before you take a couple weeks off and come back. We got some shout-outs, some thank yous.
Yeah, we got to give a big shout-out to 18 Electric, Grand Garage, and everybody else on the car. Field Point Energy, and then everybody else on the car.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you tomorrow night over at DSRL.
All right, thank you.
Second place driver, Garrett Boyd. And now this guy spends a lot of time on Sunday nights up here in the booth at the end of one of these things. He picks up the win tonight. Cole Duggar, you there, bud?
I got you, Roger.
Well, back on top again. Took a little bit to get there. Tell us what was going on and how you end up getting the lead for this thing.
Yeah, it was a good race all around. There in the heat race, I just kind of was able to keep it on the track, and the cars in front of me were not, and was kind of able to get a good points night there with the heat race and the win in the feature. But starting 8th and got a little bit of track wear in the warm-up and B main. Track was pretty good, and the high line pretty much prevailed, but I mean, there was definitely some guys making some moves on the bottom side of 1 and 2, or middle and 1 and 2, not really running the super high line. Other than that, it was definitely just a game of patience and kind of making sure the guy in front of you stays on the track, or if he starts getting a little squirrely up on the edge there, then you really got to be quick to check up or duck down or do something. But yeah, I kind of got fortunate with a few people driving off the track in front of me and was able to keep the car on the track myself, and led me to a win.
Well, an awesome run, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate before you take a couple weeks off here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The Jerry Designs Beer 2 Beard Oil KGC photography car was really quick tonight, and I can't thank all the guys over at Team Outlaw Motorsports, AJ, BJ, DJ. We have DJ as well. Also Scott and Sean. And thanks for my dad watching tonight. And big thanks to you putting on the broadcast, Roger, and all the admins with the league and the sponsors for the league.
All right, man. Congrats again, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.
All right. Have a good night.
Your winner this evening, Cole Duggar. Let's get to our official results here. Duggar wins it. Boyd was second. Cooper third. Kelly fourth. Good run for Cody Kelly tonight. Kobe Collins in fifth. Shane Yates sixth. Jarrett Tannehill was seventh. Bittinger in eighth. Buddy Ware in ninth. Peter Brees 10th. Craig Burlew 11th. 12th to Dean Burnt. Gary Budzing in 13th. There's Alvey in the 14th spot. 15th to Tony Ichkowski. Reed Rundle in 16th. Brad Branham 17th. Sean Judson 18th. Andrew Humphrey 19th. And Mike Lemanchek will be scored with that 20th and final position. So, another Midwest Dirt Racing Series race in the books. Good night for the guys. Always fun to watch these guys come out here. They change their mod just about every season, and the UMPs definitely posing a challenge to several of these drivers, but they're handling it pretty good. Congrats to Cole Duggar on picking up the win. Guys, don't forget about tomorrow night. 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Dirt Slingers, 360 Wing Sprint Cars, Lima Land. Little High Bank Bowling Ring. Those guys will put on one heck of a show. So, tune in for that. We'll see if we're going to get Dominic Santina's technical issues worked out, get him back in the booth, or if you'll have me back again tomorrow night. But until we see you the next time, for Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, keep it dirty,